And some happier news today. Important developments in the global fight against polio. New research showing that the most powerful blow against this disease could be a 1-2 punch, a double dose of vaccinations from both intravenous and oral forms. The World Health Organization calls this new finding truly historic. And it comes on top of other new developments showing that Islamic clerics, one of the big obstacles against vaccinations in many parts of the world, are now promoting vaccinating against this illness in places that need it the most. Joining me now is Arsalan Iftikhar. He's a human rights lawyer and senior editor for the Islamic Monthly. Thank you so much, Arsalan. So we took an interesting look at this problem in Nigeria. Our colleagues at MSNBC.com went to a village in that country located in the region where Boko Haram is most extant, and where that group messages against vaccination strongly, repeatedly. We're actually seeing in some of those places Muslim clergy pushing back. Do you expect to see more of this around the world?
I do, Ronan. I think what's important to keep in mind when it comes to, many undereducated, impoverished areas, primarily in Africa and the Middle East, is that the best way to reach out to the communities is through their local imams, the people that they listen to during the Friday prayers, give the sermons about issues affecting their communities. And I think that the Nigerian government has done a great service, not only to polio vaccination efforts in their country and worldwide, but also in terms of other sources of community engagement by reaching out to these imams. And hopefully more countries around the world will help reach out to grassroots imams and religious leaders on the ground to help make sure that their messages are getting out to the masses.
There are 3 countries in the world right now where polio is still endemic: Nigeria, Afghanistan, and Pakistan. What role can Islam play in those places? You mentioned just how powerful it is for people to go to their local imams, and we obviously have been tracking how this pushback in places like northern Nigeria has caused resurgences of polio.
Yeah, Ronan, when you talk about Nigeria, Afghanistan, and Pakistan, Pakistan is the 2nd largest Muslim country on the face of the earth. Nigeria is, I believe, the 5th or 6th largest Muslim country on the face of the earth. And so, obviously, with majority Muslim nations, it is going to be local imams and local prayer leaders and religious leaders that are going to be able to undo a lot of the influence, not only of misinformation when it comes to polio vaccines, but in terms of countering extremism also, obviously that we're seeing in ISIS in Iraq and Syria. And so I really hope that governments around the world will reach out more to their Islamic religious leaders and Muslim scholars on the ground to help, combat a lot of the misinformation that's going on today in many parts of the world.
It's such an important point you make, and it is so important to finally seeing this illness eradicated. You can't do it without the faith leadership. So this is a promising development. Arsalan Iftikhar, thank you so much.
Thank you, Ronan.